So it's Monday night. I was actually off work today, so that was nice. The oven's ready. I was just gonna share with you guys a few weeknight dinners that we do just for the two of us. They're all gonna be very easy and simple and very Weight Watcher friendly. So tonight is gonna be salmon with asparagus and rice pilaf. So it's almost a sheet pan meal except for the rice. Normally I used to get the Uncle Ben's 90-second rice pilaf, but apparently they stopped making it. I have not been able to find it for a couple weeks now. So what I've been using is the Near East rice pilaf. This is basically cooked like a normal rice though. So that's the only downside. Normally this was 90 seconds and I loved it, but if you guys know where to find some, well, let me know. So far, I've got the salmon back here. I'll bring that forward once I'm ready for it, but all I've done is basically rinse that off, and then you wanna pat it dry. So once I get done rinsing it, I have some paper towels, pat it dry, and then I have some parchment paper. Just do a light spray on it, Pam or whatever, and then I have the salmon down on that. And then once I get to that, I'll go back to it. So first thing I'm gonna do is I did get some fresh green beans. These are done a little different than the last video because I did those on the stovetop. So these are gonna be on a pan with the salmon. So all I'm gonna do basically first is go through, I'm just cutting the ends off, and I'm gonna get those ready and put on with the salmon. Whew. It's been busy. I've been grocery shopping, finishing Christmas shopping. I'm tired. And I've had a couple people ask me about this. This is my iron flask. It's half a gallon. So if you drink 2 of these in a day, then it's a gallon. I also love it because it keeps my water super cold. I'll put ice in it in the morning and it usually will stay in there for about 2 days without me changing out the ice. I just keep refilling the water. And I did that this morning. You still hear there's ice in it. So I love this thing. Definitely helps me get my water in. So that is that. So anyways, all I'm gonna do is just cut up these green beans, just cutting the ends off of them, and then we will get back to the salmon. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. This recipe is actually from my Aunt Jackie in Miami. When I was single, this is the dish she taught me to make. This was the third night date dish. Winky wink. So it's super easy, but it looks impressive. So I guess that's why she taught it to me. So thank you, Aunt Jackie. I think I made this for the hubby, the first date kind of cook over situation. So apparently it worked. I definitely was not a great cook back in the day. Not that I'm fantastic now, but I definitely do a much better job than I did before. But this is something super easy. I really think anybody can do it. So don't let it scare you that, you know, cooking fish or something, I know it can be intimidating, but doing this way is pretty much fail-proof. So if you wanna look like you're making a fancy dinner and being very impressive, but it's very easy. So I have somebody standing down here waiting for me to lose a green bean again. He's probably gonna be in luck, but we'll see. And I got my trusty bag. Telling y'all, easy peasy. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my water on so it can start boiling. Okay, so as far as for the green beans, all I do is I just take a little, I can't believe it's not butter. Used to, I would do olive oil, but again, just trying to watch calories where I can. So I just use a little bit of this spray butter on them. And then some salt. And pepper. And I don't know, I learned this a few weeks ago. I feel a little silly, but if it helps me, then I wanna help you. So pepper, if you have a shaker thing, instead of sitting here trying to shake it, especially if you have a metal one with a square bottom, flip it over and rub it on top, and it comes out beautifully. So if you learn a new tip, awesome. Oh, and while I have this, I'm just gonna salt and pepper the salmon too real quick. And as far as the salmon, you can do really whatever your flavor preference is. This is, like I said, the recipe my aunt taught me, so that's what I stuck with because it worked. So all I do is take a little microwave safe bowl. I put a little of the, I can't believe it's not butter light. Remember, this is 1 point for a tablespoon. The red label is 3 points for a tablespoon. So just remember that. So, tablespoon of butter. And then I just nuke that, microwave that for about 30 seconds. Also in the green beans, while that's going, I always put a little bit of garlic powder. As you're gonna learn, we like garlic in this family, so. It's a little garlic powder over the top. And then just mix those around a little bit. And then I get it to like this consistency. It's kind of melty, but there's still a little texture to it. So don't stress that it's not fully melted. It's not a big deal. And then I take some lemon juice. If you want to be fancy and keep lemons around, great. I don't, so I've got a little lemon and lime that I use. So just put in however much you like. I like some lemon, so put in that. Now then you're gonna get like a coarse ground deli mustard, and then you're gonna put in, I usually put in, I guess about a tablespoon of this also. Okay, and then you're gonna put in, start with a tablespoon of garlic. Yeah, that's really good. Now, if you have more salmon, then obviously you can use more. But I stir that up. And then normally I would use fresh dill over this, but I don't have any. So I just use some parsley flakes just to get a little bit of color. So I just add that to there. Okay, and then all you're gonna do is just spoon this over the top. I usually kind of go down the middle first and then kind of start letting it run over from there. That way you make sure everything's got a little something on it, or at least will get there. Doesn't that look awesome? So you're gonna put that in the oven on 350 for 30 to 40 minutes. It's gonna depend how thick your salmon is. Mine's pretty thin on this end, so usually I'm about 30 minutes. And then we will pull it out. I've got my water boiling over here, so I'm about to put my rice in. It goes for about 20-25 minutes, and then we will be back. And on the instructions, once you get to a boil, you add in the rice and content, spices, and then get it back to a little boil, and then reduce the heat, put on a lid for 20 to 25 minutes. And Birdie's waiting for any food to fall. Okay, it just came out of the oven. Now the green beans probably could go a little longer, but they're much softer. But it depends how you like yours. I know some people like them almost burnt, but this is how we like ours. And then that salmon, look at that. And I know some people, as far as salmon, they get a little nervous. The white part, you don't want it to get to the white stage, because then that means it's gonna be overcooked. So you want it a light pink, or maybe even a little lighter than what I have it here. So it'll be juicy and all of that. So I'm gonna get this dished up and then show you what it looks like. Okay, and here's the final product. So the rice I do, it's about a cup of rice, and it's 8 points due to it has the pasta in it for the rice pilaf. But the salmon is gonna be 0 points because I did 1 tablespoon of butter for one point, but if you divide it over the 2,
It's actually half a point, which doesn't exist. And then the green beans don't have anything on them. So altogether, this is an 8-point dish, and I think it's restaurant worthy. So I hope you guys enjoy. I wound up cooking my salmon, just so you guys know, about 28 minutes. So it just depends, again, like I said, how big your salmon is, how thick it is. So 30 to 40 minutes is a time idea, but just kind of keep an eye on it depending how you like your salmon again too. So like I said, this one's pretty good. So that is our recipe for tonight.
Hey y'all, so it's night 2. I just got home from work, and tonight is gonna be pretty much one of my easiest dinners. I'm gonna be doing a video on 15-minute meals coming up, and this is actually one of them, so you get a little sneak peek. But this is a highly requested, and it's just so easy. So I'm gonna say I can do this in under 15 minutes, and we're gonna do a time check on that. But just so you guys know what it is, I call it my Cajun Pasta. So I use these Rotini's Bird's Eye. It's 100% vegetable, something like that, but it's veggie pasta, and it's an alfredo sauce. So these, all you have to do is microwave for 4 to 4.5 minutes, depending on your microwave. So that's one ingredient. And then the second ingredient is just at our HEB, I get the natural chicken andouille sausage. These are 3 points a link. I use 1 link per person for our meals. And then this whole bag is 12 points. So this is a little bit higher meal as far as points, but it's something I've kind of planned for throughout the day. So I had a lower point lunch and of course my 2-point breakfast. So I'm good, I got the points to spare. So I'm gonna go ahead, and as far as sides with this, if you wanted to do a salad, of course you totally can. I'm doing a couple pieces of, let me try that again. I'm doing a couple pieces of garlic bread, and they wind up being 5 points a piece. So my whole meal tonight, so we've got 12 plus 3, so that's 15 plus 5. So it's a 20-point meal. But like I said, I've planned for it, or you can use a few weeklies. Long story short, it's a really good meal. But the most important part is it's quick. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna start a timer and see how I go. That's my oven for the garlic bread. I'm not gonna count that, even though it's gonna get done quick because it's not part of the official meal. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw that in and then get started. So. Okay, Alexa, set a 15-minute timer.
15 minutes, starting now.
Here we go. So first, all I'm gonna do is put this on a medium-high heat, and this is gonna be for our sausage. And then I'm also gonna be throwing this in the microwave. I do 2 bags for Brian and then 1 bag for myself, so. And then I go ahead and get the 2 pieces of sausage out. I'm probably gonna go ahead and give him a 1/3 just because it's the end of the bag. And why not? I'm sure he'll eat it. And then all I do is just cut off the little ends. You obviously don't have to, but if there's anything, I just prefer to cut those off. So all I do is just cut this in half lengthwise. And I try to cut it so it'll be the side that kind of lays flat. So where it turns up, I cut that side down. You can do whatever you want. If you want to go ahead and dice it, you can. I do this so that way I know exactly I'm getting 1 link of sausage. Let the pan get hot. Like I said, I've got it on medium on that. Just spray it and then put the sausage down. And like I said, normally I just do the 2 links, but since it's only 1 link left, he'll probably go ahead and eat it. So that is that. I always add in a few mushrooms just to kind of bulk it up a little bit more. I just break them up a little bit. Like I said, I just throw the mushrooms in with that and just kind of let those cook with the sausage. That's all I do is kind of chop up a little bit of like a 1/4 of a tomato maybe. Do obviously whatever you want.
And again, this is just to kind of bulk it up a little bit. Apparently I chose an awful knife. And then, other than that, once it's done, I'll also do the chives on there. And then this already comes cooked, so all you're really doing is just making sure it's warm through and hot. All right, so the first bag's done. And just be careful when you're getting it out. It's got the steam and stuff, but you want to shake it around because all that sauce is in there. Here we go again, a little Taylor. Hey, hey, shake it off. So just let that shake it and then just kind of let it sit to the side. Go to the next one in. I love fancy cooking. All right, so usually after the first bag's done, usually when I'll flip the sausage. You see you got a nice little char. I haven't dropped anything, Brody. No drops tonight so far. Oh, while we're waiting though, I do want to show you these cute boots I got. These are from Torrid. They're wide calf boots. They have wide and extra wide. These are just their wide, and they've got the brown, they've got the snaps, and they're zip up, but they've got the little extra stretch in here. So I don't know about you guys, but boots are always a problem for me because in my family, as my mom would say, we don't have calves, we have cows. So finding boots that fit are a pain. So I really like these. I don't feel like I'm in the 70s and having to pull them up with a hanger like they did the jeans back then. Because I've done it before. All right, so we're gonna check on our sausage again. I'm gonna flip these two, they didn't get real brown because it'd be too small of a pan. So you just want to kind of get a good little char on it. And then all I do is and then I just like to cut them in bite-sized pieces to go on the pasta. And somebody is so waiting for me to drop. All right, oh, so we have one more bag to go. Pretty hot when they get out, so make sure you cover it with a towel or something. You just take it off again, and then just let it set. We'll finish cutting these sausage. That's one bag full, which is still quite a bit of pasta. So that is the first one. Like I said, I've got two for him, so I'll go ahead and start this first one. Okay. And I'm not going to be fancy. And then I just cut some green onion on top of mine. Y'all, I can't even keep it in the bowl. So this is the final product on mine. So there's gonna be mushrooms, sausage, green onions, tomatoes. So for Brian, Alexa, stop. So for Brian, he just likes a little Parmesan cheese on top of his. He's very simple. This is the final product for Brian's. He just likes a little Parmesan cheese on his. He's got 2 bags of pasta and then the sausage. And then this is mine. I've got 1 bag of sausage. I'm sorry, 1 bag of pasta, the sausage link, tomatoes, onions, and mushrooms. So this is like I said, a very quick meal, under 15 minutes. You can prepare it with whatever sides you want, but this is our dinner for tonight.
Hi guys, welcome back to night 3 of 4 meals this week. Tonight is gonna be Monterey Chicken, and we are doing some broccoli and one of Brian's favorites. He hasn't had it in a while, so we're having the real stuff, au gratin potatoes. So I just got those in the oven, so those will go for about 30 minutes, but I planned around it. I'm gonna have the real stuff tonight, which is one thing I absolutely love about this program, is the fact that I can still eat real food and I'm not stuck eating broccoli and chicken and brown rice, because that would last 2, maybe 3 days if I have a real strong will. So that's what I love about this program. So a couple other really fun things. So I'm super excited. I hit 40 pounds lost this week. So yay! Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. So that was very exciting. I do find this thing on Pinterest that says I lost this much weight and it equals out to whatever. So apparently 40 pounds is equal to a 15-foot canoe. Let that sink in a minute. At first I was like, wow, that's pretty awful. But then I was like, that's pretty exciting. So anyways, happy dance, happy dance. Anyways, so another really fun thing, the hubby actually has to work Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So I'm gonna be kind of low key here. And then when he gets off on Saturday morning, we're actually going to Fredericksburg. So we're gonna be there for 3 days. So those of you from Texas know it is wine country of Texas. So there's so many really, really pretty wineries out there. It's really cute, decorated for Christmas, lots of good live music, all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm gonna take you guys along with me next week, so you'll get to kind of see a little snippet of Fredericksburg. So that's really fun. So anyways, all of that is going on. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, the potatoes are in the oven. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and get started on the chicken. So all we're gonna do as far as seasoning chicken, this is just 2 chicken breasts, and I just cut them in half. A little salt, a little pepper, and don't forget the tip. Makes it so easy. A little garlic powder, because, you know, the girl likes garlic. And then I'm doing a little paprika, just to, I don't know, spice it up a tiny bit. It said chili powder in the recipe, but I'm not ready for all that. It also said to use red bell peppers as a garnish, but I'll use tomatoes. So. Goes over. Oh no. Ugh. And just so y'all know, this is a ritual. Brody always stands by my feet waiting for me to drop stuff. Brody. Yeah, he's waiting. So all of this is seasoned. I've got the skillet on medium, I'm gonna go ahead and get that in here. And I did spray it with some Pam. And while that's starting, some other things you're gonna need is some barbecue sauce. And once it's cooked on the outside, we're gonna start kind of basting it with some barbecue sauce. So this Hughes is sugar-free, and it's 10 calories for 2 tablespoons, which is phenomenal. I think you can have a quarter of a cup for 1 point, which is great. So I'm not a huge barbecue person, like sauce-wise, but if you like it, it's a great choice. They've got an original, which, as you can see, we've already gone through, so I just had a tiny bit of that. I put in my cup. And then he's got a honey, which that's what I just kind of mixed a little honey in what I had left in my regular. But he's got a lot of different varieties. So anyway, so you'll need some of that. I don't know how much yet, so I just filled a little ramekin, and we'll see how it goes. You're also gonna need some bacon. I use the center cut bacon. It's 2 points for 2 pieces, and I'll show you my little tip on how to cook that once we get a little closer. So we're not gonna need that till pretty much the chicken's done. And then I'm adding some mushrooms on top of mine. And you can pretty much add whatever, I'm sure, veggies you want. But that's kind of what we're at right now. Broccoli is steamable, so it's only gonna take about 5 to 6 minutes. So once we get closer to that, then I'll throw that in. Okay, while that's cooking, I flipped the chicken, so it's cooking on the other side right now. I'm gonna go ahead and make my bacon. Now, I'm gonna show you this, one of those moments your mind goes, okay. So I always cooked it in the skillet, made a huge mess, all that. So I'm gonna do 4 pieces of bacon. And excuse how it fell out everywhere. Okay. So, this is, I don't know, 1 whole paper towel, but it's actually 2. It's one of those divided ones. So, you just lay them on half. Okay, so you got that, and then just fold the other half of the paper towel over. Kind of squish it down a little bit. Okay, so I have the 4 pieces of bacon with the paper towel folded over half. So if you're doing, no matter how many pieces of bacon you're doing, add that many minutes plus 30 seconds. So if you're doing 2 pieces of bacon, do 2 minutes, 30 seconds. If you're doing 3 minutes, 30 seconds. I'm doing 4, so I'm gonna do 4 minutes, 30 seconds in the microwave. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start adding, I added in some mushrooms over here so they can start cooking up a little bit. But I'm just gonna start with the barbecue sauce. Kind of start putting that on there. Ooh. Brody, you almost got a barbecue bath. You did. But what would be the surprise in that? Okay. And I just took it out of I let it set for a few minutes and take it out, but it's like super crunchy. So anyways, that's my little bacon tip. I think we got just a little bit longer on the chicken. It's smelling really good. You can do Monterey Jack cheese, that's what it calls for. But we decided we were gonna do some kind of white cheese that was melty, so I got us a provolone. This is a thin sliced, but it's still 70 calories, and when I scanned it, it was coming up as 3 points. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and just use half a piece on one piece of chicken and half a piece on another to kind of save a little, because 6 points for cheese is a lot. So anyways, just find what works for you. Tonight I'm splurging on au gratin potatoes, not cheese. Okay, so the mushrooms I cooked for me, I'm gonna go ahead and just put on top of my chicken breast. And the potatoes just came out. Yum! All right, so on here, all I'm gonna do is kind of break up the bacon a little bit into some smaller pieces. So I'm doing a piece per chicken breast. Now it's time for the good stuff. And I know he's gonna want a whole piece for his, so I'm gonna stick that on there. And then I'm just gonna do a half a piece for mine. And then we're just gonna stick the lid on it and let it. Okay, so my broccoli just came out. Be super careful, it's super steamy and hot. But all I do is just cut open the top. I cut a little corner and drain it real quick. I actually just add a little salt and pepper in here. A little garlic, because yeah. And then I do a little Nature's Own. It's kind of like a Mrs. Dash. I just like the flavor a little bit better. Just a little bit. And then all I do is hold it back closed a little bit, and then just, so that way everything kind of gets seasoned and it's not too bad. All right, let's check on this chicken. Look at that. Wow. I'd say we're good there. So I'm gonna get this plated up and show you the final product. Okay guys, here is the finished product. We've got some broccoli, some au gratin potatoes, the real thing, and then the Monterey Jack chicken with the bacon, mushroom, tomato, cheese. Yum. So I can't wait to dig into this. Hey guys, welcome to night 4 of our weekly meals. Tonight we're keeping it simple, spaghetti and meatballs, but I've got a couple of tricks I'm going to teach you and some ingredients that are a little different than I would normally use. I do make one spaghetti kind of for me and then one for the hubby, just to make it easier. He sometimes eats the same thing, but I'm running out of my pasta, so I'm being selfish and having that tonight and making regular for him. So we'll jump in and get started. Okay, so I have garlic bread ready to go into the oven. So that'll go for just a few minutes while the pasta's cooking. Those are each 5 points. It's just a regular garlic bread. As far as pasta, so for him, I use regular spaghetti and just break it in half once the water starts boiling, which it's starting right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add his in. And then mine, these are the noodles I use. They're Carba-nada. I know some grocery stores are carrying them, but I order mine offline at Amazon. So it's 2 bags, I think, for 14, but you get several servings out of them. So what I did is weighed out, this is 2.5 ounces for me, so that's 8 points. So 2 ounces is 6 points, 3 ounces is 9 points. So I kind of went half and half so I could have another serving later on. So this is 2.5 ounces for me, so 8. And these do cook pretty quickly. So go ahead and add those in. Now, as far as meatballs, we're gonna be using the Kid Fresh chicken meatballs. You can have 6 of these for 4 points or 140 calories. And then what I do is just add these in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. So, and this cover, I've been asked before, this cover actually my mom made me. It's from Pioneer Woman, word placemats, but she custom makes these and they go on the air fryer and the Instant Pot. So pretty cool, I enjoy having that. So I'm just gonna set it to 400 and put these in. I always keep a little piece of foil in here and put those in for about 10 minutes. And we need more, so we're out of those. The sauce we're using tonight is a Prego, no sugar added. It is 60 calories for half a cup, which is 2 points. So that's what I'll be using for mine. And I'll add in a little bit of garlic and Italian, of course I'm gonna add garlic and Italian seasoning and garlic just to make it taste good. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep these cooking and check back in a minute. On the meatballs, those go for about 10 minutes. About halfway, I do pause it. Take them out, shake them about. We're shaking again, yeah. And then back for the rest of the 5 minutes. Okay, and then all I do, I drain the pasta, and then I just add it back to the pan, and then add the half a cup of spaghetti sauce. Now on his, you just can't write this stuff. So smart. Okay. So his, I usually add a cup because he has more pasta. And then just stir that all around. And since the pasta is warm and stuff, I don't really warm up the sauce separate. It warms it up pretty quickly. And then the meatballs came out of the air fryer. And then just mix that all around, get a little sauce. I just add in a little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning, just to give it a little extra authentic flavors. And this is gonna be mine. So I get these 6 chicken meatballs and the spaghetti and the cheese, and I'm a pretty happy camper. A weeknight meal, simple and easy. Well, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching the video, and hopefully you enjoyed the recipes I shared this week. Like I said, these are just some easy weeknight meals that we do that are Weight Watcher friendly, that have helped me make so much progress. So I hope they helped me, I hope they help you. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe down below and make sure you ring that bell so that way next time I post, you'll be able to be notified. And I'll be posting every Monday. So next week will be a little different. Like I said, we're gonna be going out of town tomorrow. Today is actually Christmas Day, and The hubby's working his extra job, so we're gonna have Christmas dinner with the family tonight and then head out in the morning. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. So again, thank you so much for joining, and I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. Bye.